you might begin to notice something now. Or maybe it was always there, just waiting for focus to find it. Because what you focus on expands. And isn't it strange how something can begin to shift? Just by noticing, you've already begun to shift. There was a time before now when people believed reality was fixed, solid, predictable, unchangeable. But then they began to observe how attention alters the outcome, how beliefs filter the field, how perception isn't passive. It's a projector, not a camera. And you don't need to remember when you began to believe that. Only that you're now the kind of person who lives that truth. Because you've always known, at some level, that your reticular activating system is like a compass, magnetized not by north, but by your focus. And it makes perfect sense. The more you focus on growth, you begin to feel it in your breath, in the beat of your heart, in the micro movements of your body. As the neural codes rewrite themselves, a new operating system installing itself with ease. Because when you upgrade your beliefs, the world updates around you. Some say you are what you eat, but more truly, you are what you believe. And if beliefs shape perception, and perception shapes reality, then by choosing new beliefs, you choose a new life. And right now, maybe you wonder what it feels like to be the kind of person who sees opportunity everywhere. A flash of colour on a grey street, a glance that turns into a connection, a challenge that turns into the catalyst. Your mind learns fast, and every breath you take, it's another moment deeper, into the unshakable certainty that your potential is limitless. You already know how when you buy a car, you see it everywhere. Not because the world changed, but because you tuned yourself differently. And that's the power of the reticular activating system, a gatekeeper to your kingdom. And you're the sovereign who decides what enters. So imagine you decide to focus on gratitude. Suddenly, what once seemed ordinary now glows with gold. A smile from a stranger, a breath of air through your lungs, and suddenly life becomes abundance made real. That you install these truths not by force but by alignment. You can smile even now at the subtle shift because you remember, failure is just feedback. What a beautiful way to learn. Each moment you didn't win. It was a lesson wrapped in a costume of contrast. And you learn fast, don't you? And you know something fascinating? The most magnetic people in the world, they aren't the loudest or the flashiest. They're the most aligned. Their energy speaks louder than their voice. They carry the certainty that who they are is enough. And now you carry that too. You're no longer seeking approval, because you've already approved of yourself. You've downloaded the update, the code is clean, the patterns are firing. And from now on, you see clearly. As you continue to wonder how deeply these truths are taking root, you might just begin to realize that this isn't learning, it's remembering. That you were born with this operating system, that you're just installing it now. Because your identity, it isn't fixed, it's fluid, it's flexible. And your beliefs are tools, not walls. Your beliefs, they're keys, not cages. Your beliefs, they're the architecture of destiny. And you're the architect now. You focus, and creation follows. You decide, and reality reorganizes. Because attention is power. And the reticular activating system is your local sentinel, scanning the north for what you told it to find. So why not tell it to find joy, growth, mastery, love, synchronicity, brilliance? Synchronicity, the strange beauty of noticing just what you needed. At the precise moment you were ready to receive it. A thought, a sign, a door. You're the kind of person who recognizes doors. And you know, some doors, they don't open until you knock. Others open when you walk past them with confidence, But either way, you always find the way forward. And isn't it amazing how the more you move, the more momentum grows? How action brings clarity, and clarity becomes certainty, and certainty becomes attraction, and attraction becomes manifestation. So now, let the new system run, where obstacles become teachers, where feedback becomes fuel, where presence becomes power, where detachment frees desire, where emotion flows and doesn't trap, where curiosity opens every lock. You might not notice all the shifts now, but they're happening, and soon you'll wake up one day and realize you've become someone different. Not because you forced change, but because you became more you. The kind of you who moves with purpose, speaks with magnetism, laughs without fear, listens with presence, creates without waiting. Because you don't need permission to succeed, you already have it. And it's written into every cell of your being now. Your focus is aligned. Your beliefs have integrated. Your reticular activating system is activated. And from this moment forward, you're not becoming, you already are.